Hey, what's up, social media? Ben here, coming at you again with another video about some packaging. So today, I thought I'd take a look at two games for the same system by the same name, but released in different regions of the world. This being Enemy Zero for the Sega Saturn. So on the left here, we have the Japanese release of the game. And on the right, we have the American release of the game. And if you didn't know, this is part of the D series. For all you out there that like the D, that's literally the whole name. There's D, D2, Enemy Zero. He's changed it up on you. I can't help what the creators do. But sometimes, in some ways, you know, they change up the name nowadays. So, I guess let's start with this Japanese one, cuz it's you know, the most mysterious, and any questions you might get about this game will be answered later in the English portion of the video. So, right here, right off the bat, I can't even tell if it's gonna come off, but this is one of those look at it at different angles and does different things with your eyeballs kind of cases, where it slides back and forth maybe or something. Very cool. The Japanese releases seem to always have slightly more interesting cases. And as you can see, the spine, there's the Japanese name on one side, and then if you flip it over, there's the English name on the other side. So when storing your Japanese Saturn games on the shelf, you might not like it, but you want to put the back of the case at the back of the shelf instead of the front of the shelf. Just because, unless you can read Japanese, then more power to you. I'm not jealous, I swear. But yeah, very interesting note. A lot of the games with the holographic covers seem to not have anything showing on the spines. And by a lot, I mean this is the main one I've dealt with, and it doesn't, So, you know. But yeah, I've opened it up, taken a look. That's literally how it is. Like, I don't know, like, why they would do something like that, but like, well, I can't get the front off right now, but like, as you can see through my perfect condition game, it's a clean cut. It's a so clean cut. It's literally just a sheet of paper, hologram. Probably didn't fold well in production. Um, just the way it is. Just the way these Japanese games are. So, as I try to assemble this case again, let's take a look. So, first thing they do is they hit you with a very clever disc 0 being the opening disc, because an O and a 0, they look pretty damn similar. Yeah. Very clever. Second disc. See, Never spin your discs in the case to make them vertical, because you'll get these circular scratches that just won't buff out in a buffing machine. You always wanna lift in place. Lift in place. But yeah, so this is disc one, of the actual game. Um, um, this is disc two of the actual game. You know, they have a very nice written for the whole world game disc right there. Not just for Japan. And since I'm American, the whole world does read English in my mind. It's just the way it is. We're the center of the universe. Am I right? And, very plain, very beautiful, very elegant. Disc 3, I don't know how many folks knew, but the Japanese Sega Saturn emblem, they go for a nice, they go for like a very nice, like, gold and black aesthetic. Like the S here, it would be usually like maybe like a red on top to the black, very beautiful gradient, like the Japanese words for Sega Saturn quite a bit. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah. So that's the Japanese release of the old, Enemy Zero. And then we go over to this version in the ugly but lovable and close to my heart long box case. On the spine, as you could tell, the front of it, made for America. The Saturn, they tried to be clever with the S, and that's it. They didn't do anything cool with that logo there. But it's very cute, very quaint, It's the Saturn I grew up with, Very cool. No Japanese help on the front end, Just for English speakers over here. And as we open the case, we see, some awesome advertisements for the Sega Netlink, which I don't know how many people knew. Sega Saturn did have online play with Virtual Lawn, Sega Rally Championship Plus, Bomberman, Saturn Edition, Duke Nukem 3D, and Daytona USA CCE Netlink Edition. Very good games. Honestly, can't vouch for that. But the rest of them are cool. This, very, very luckily got to play at some sort of a gaming convention thing. Very cool, though. But Virtual On, I'd recommend it. They got a very good Japanese exclusive but unregion locked version for the Xbox 360. That's 4 force, I'm pretty sure, because you could do 4 players at a time. Let's take a look at this. See, that's the danger. One page can slip out, and boom, you go to pull it out, just take out that bottom part, just tear straight through it. So let's see what this manual is looking like. It was sadly absent in the other one. But Jill Cuniff of the band Lucius Jackson and the voice of Laura Lewis. So, if anyone knows the band Lucius Jackson and if it was actually famous back in 1997, please let me know, because I'm not impressed by that name drop. Like, Jill Cuniff, you better have the voice of an angel. Wow. It is exclusive. So, Enemy Zero contents, 16 pages. Gets to all the points. Every single point. So you're on this spaceship. Looks kind of like a weirdly drawn like butt and some tight pants. But it's a spaceship. That's the front, and that's not the back. That's the side. Get your mind out the gutter. But yeah, you're in the void of space or whatever, and like there's this alien things that are invisible, and you have this like beeping siren thing or radar thing that you point it at basically empty space until it's like beep beep beep, and then you point it and it's like beep beep beep, and then you point it more in the right direction. It's like beep 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 beep, and that means you're pointed at an invisible alien. Very scary, very suspenseful. Literally one of the scariest games I've ever played. No joke. They really nailed it. Your battery runs out. You can only save the game a certain amount of times. It's just like terrifying. Like they really made you feel like limited resources, like the impending doom. Like they really nailed it with this one. Wow. All you need is one player and one person to comfort you. It's a multi-disc game. I'm very excited to show you actual like American disc sleeves for the Saturn. Very cool stuff later. So that's all you need to know, where the CD door is and the control port 1 is, because it's not 2 players. Like, the other person's definitely there to comfort you. Get a snuggle buddy. Wow, so that security code, it's like legitimately BS almost. It's like damn near too reflective. Hold on. But it's a physically carved in, like, it's like a wavy line if you look real close. It's kind of hard to see on this video, but that's the security code that allows this to be read. Stumped all these folks for years. Shout out to that guy who figured it out, though. Ooh. 3D control pad. No point. Just don't wear out your 3D control pad. Game's good enough without it. Disc 0. They got the training. If you're that kind of person, I like jumping right in. Disc 1, 2, and 3. All the game. All the game. All the game. And this is kind of like Myst. Kind of like Myst when you're not in like the main space dungeon area thing, you know. But and then it's kind of like Persona, like the first Persona, or like Persona Revelations when you're in the dungeons, when you're finding the aliens. It's a very cool mix, like Myst and Persona make a baby, and it's the scariest game ever. Yeah, this is where it's all effed up for me. Like, I love saving games. Like, I make 2 milliseconds of progress, I gotta save that game. But each save drains your battery, and it's not like you have 100 saves. It's messed up. Like, they really trying to make you only save like maybe 15 times. Like, terrible. But it's scary. It adds to the impending doom. You know, teach you how to walk. That's that gun thing, I think. Which the gun, you have to charge at charging stations. They really nailed it, like limiting your resources. This is all you need, folks. You need some really good placement on some limited resources. That's you. That's you. And then, like, that's all the folks that, like, you see videos of throughout the thing. You don't really see these other people all that much. No spoilers, though you might see them. And, this is where you would take notes. Because, you know, take notes. This game's sick. 3 pages. Warranty information. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Now on to these discs. So this is a genuine cardboard disc sleeve released by the masters of gaming themselves, Sega. Not saying I'm a fanboy, but let's be honest. Sega, back in the day, was amazing. So, this one, Americans like their fancy discs, not their simplistic discs. So, it's pretty sweet. She like has her logs and stuff in the game. Very cool. Very cool. Well, let me show you this bad boy. See those notches? Much better. Just a nice simple cardboard sleeve with some notches. Not anything crazy like cutting out a whole piece of the case and making a tray for one disc that way. Yeah. And it's sweet. The notches cut out, go into these, keep the disc from sliding out. Ingenious. Very clever packaging. Very impressive. Very impressive. I can genuinely appreciate some real protective packaging for the shipping. Oh my god, this too. And that guy, you know, he has his guns. His guns out. Guns out, you know. Guns. Disc 2. Disc 3. Wow, you can even see this person's gun. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be you. Ooh. It is. Wow. These cardboard sleeves, very tight. Very tight. Yeah, it's you. You know, you pretty cool looking gal. You know, real heroine of the story. And, you know, oh, right when I said not to. Broke my own rule. Disc 0 at the bottom, because I don't mess with training modes. You know, get good look at the back. Worst enemy is the one you cannot see. They're onto something. Yeah. So so that's probably the scariest game I've ever played realistically. Um I thought you guys would enjoy seeing a big old fat classic next to their Japanese not so fat classic. All figuring it out, seeing what all these releases are like. So, until next time, have a great one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.